Hey, I'm Andy, welcome to my channel. This is the place to be if you want to make the most from your money, whether that's making money, saving money, or better managing your money. The video today is going to focus on making money, and it's through something called cashback. Now, I've spoken about cashback before. I've spoken about cashback credit cards, I've spoken about cashback on your bills from your bank account, and I've also spoken about cashback sites. I've got a whole video, which if this is a brand new concept to you, you might want to check that as well. It explains how these things work, but very briefly, when you shop via a cashback site, they act as the middleman between you and another retailer. So let's say that retailer was, I don't know, ASOS or Marks and Spencer's. Rather than going directly to that website online, typing in asos.com, marksandspencers.com, whatever it might be, you go to the cashback site first of all, then you search for the people you want to shop with within that cashback site, and then you click through. So that's what I'm saying, is it's one extra step. You go into one site, then through to the other one. Now, when that happens, basically the site that you then shop at normally, ASOS, M&S, whoever it might be, you spend your money, you get your order delivered, whatever it is, they will pay a commission to that middleman, to that cashback site. They all work like this. This is how voucher code sites work. It's how all sorts of big retailers, newspapers, big sites, Money Saving Expert, my own blog, becleveryourcash.com. There's something called affiliate marketing. It's really common. Basically, make a sale online, some money gets paid back to that provider. But what a cashback site does, unlike if you go via any of these other sites, is it will give you that money back. It will pass that commission on straight back to you. Now, some cashback sites will pay the full amount, the full 100% commission. Some of them will give you a proportion of it. Basically, the way they make money is because they have so many users, they also kind of advertise and have little features and stuff. So they get money from the brands to push them over other retailers and things like that. So it is free money from the brands, from the retailers, to you. It just comes via that middle person, that portal. So that's what I want to focus on in this video. Which is the best cashback site to use? Which is going to give you the most money back when you shop via them rather than directly with a brand or the retailer? Now, there are 5 I'm going to mention today. There's TopCashback, there's Quidco, there's OhMyDosh, there's Boom25, and there's Kidstar. They've all got their pros and cons. I'll tell you a little bit about each of them first of all, and then we'll get into that sort of deeper comparison. Now, the oldest two, both started in 2005, are TopCashback and Quidco. They are also the biggest two sites. TopCashback says it has 15 million users. Quidco says it has 10 million users. A lot of people using these sites. It obviously gives them a fair bit of weight, a fair bit of power to try and pass on 100% of the commission to you. And that's what they say they do. They pass on all of the money to the user. Now, in terms of the number of retailers on there, TopCashback has a slight edge. It has over 5,000 different shops listed on there. Quidco says it has 4,500. Now, TopCashback says that the average active user, so people who are using it on a regular basis, will get £345 back every single year. Quidco is a little bit less. They say their average payout is £300 every year. But still, I think that's pretty achievable. That sounds like a lot of money, but as I said, I've made 458 in the last 12 months. So I think you could be easily getting that £300 to £350. You might even be able to get a lot more than that. It really depends what you buy and how much you spend. Next up, we have OhMyDosh. Now, it is newer and it has a lot less retailers on there. So you won't be able to do your full shop as you would with TopCashback and Quidco. It does have a couple of places though, which I haven't found on the big sites. Often it's free trials or new member bonuses, things like the fintech app Yolt or the movie rental service Chili. A couple of quid here, a couple of quid there. Money you can make purely on OhMyDosh, but not on the others. So it's worth considering it for those and having a look. Next up, we have Boom25. Now, this is very different to the others because rather than give you a small percentage of your money back every time you shop, it instead gives you a chance of winning all the money back. Now, it says normally that's 1 in 25. So every 25th person who shops with a particular brand will get the entire purchase refunded to them. So it could be quite fun. It's quite a nice gimmicky idea. But obviously that means your money isn't guaranteed. Little side note, cashback is never really guaranteed, but I talk more about that in the other video. There's always a few reasons why you might get that claim rejected, such as it doesn't track properly, or maybe you use a voucher code, things like that. But anyway, most of the time you will get your money back with Quidco and TopCashback, probably OhMyDosh as well. But Boom25, who knows? Maybe you will, maybe you won't. Maybe you like the idea of that. Personally, I'd probably only use that for something which is a smaller purchase. So for example, if you used a cashback site on something that cost a tenner and it's only 1%, well, maybe give it a go. Maybe you get the whole £10 back rather than just that 10p, which is what you'd get via the other sites. give it a go, maybe play around with it like that. Some of the rates do vary as well. So for example, eBay, you'll get 25% of your purchase back if you win rather than 100%, but there's a greater chance that you'll win. It's a 1 in 12 chance. And it's also worth bearing in mind that Boom25 is still relatively new. It has a relatively small customer base. It's a lot less than Quidco and TopCashback, even a lot less than OhMyDosh. So that means there's less people shopping on it and less people shopping with those brands. You know, the 1 in 25 is great, but you still need at least 25 people to shop on it on a regular basis. But it's still, I think it's interesting and it's worth considering from time to time. Now, the last one to tell you about is something called Kickstart. Now, this is only for people who have got kids, or maybe it could be a niece, a nephew, a grandkid, something like that. The money you earn via Kickstart doesn't go to you. It goes into a savings account for that child, which is a really nice sort of gesture, really nice idea. Of course, you could say, well, if I make the cash back and I make more cash back because the rates are going to be higher elsewhere and the number of retailers are going to be higher elsewhere, why not just take that money out when you pay it out, put it into account for them? Yeah, absolutely you could. Where you might want to consider Kickstart is for particular retailers, because John Lewis and Apple are only listed on Kickstart. They are not on TopCashback, Quidco, OhMyDosh or Boom25. Actually, I say a lie. John Lewis is on TopCashback, but it only pays out in Avios points, which is, unless you collect Avios points, that's a complete waste. So if you are going to shop at John Lewis, then maybe this is the place to do it. Go via Kickstart, get a little bit of money out, and yeah, put it into an account for your children or someone you know. So they're the big 5. There are other places which do offer cashback or something similar to cashback. It could be a work perk scheme. Often you've got on your internet, when you log in, you've got access to a special site that will give you points back. And when you've got a certain number of points, you can pay them out as cash. I used to have that at the BBC. I know other employers offer something similar. There are a lot of these that go on. All sorts of places are starting up offering these cashback extras. Places like fintech apps, I've noticed they're offering these quite a bit. Nectar, I mean, if you shop through the Nectar site, that's essentially a cashback site. You're just getting Nectar points back rather than pennies to your account. I would ignore all of those. I wouldn't use any of those. I would stick to these 5. And in fact, I would stick to TopCashback and Quidco only. And I'll explain why. Now, the main reason I wouldn't use those last 3 is that you're going to get less money by using them. For a start, there are less retailers and brands listed, so you haven't got as much choice. You probably find yourself shopping on one, shopping on the other, moving around. So you can't do all your shopping, all your cashback shopping, I should say, via those sites. But you also, if you can find a brand on there, there's a good chance that it's going to be paying you less money. Not guaranteed, because from time to time they have special offers, but because they don't have the customer base, they don't have that power that Quidco and TopCashback have, it's a lot harder for them to give you 100% of the cashback or to negotiate special deals in the way that TopCashback and Quidco do. I also have a concern around OhMyDosh, is that they have a £10 minimum payout. Now that can sometimes be achievable really easily. There might be one offer and you get that money straight away. Okay, great. But if you're doing your, all the time, every sort of time you go to a shop, you're going via them and you're getting 20p here, 50p here, because it's not all big bucks. Some of that cashback is small amounts of money. It's going to take a long time to get that £10. And then when you pay out the money, you claim that 10 quid, whatever it is, you're starting again from scratch. And I just worry about that, because your money in any of these sites is not protected if the site was to go bust. So you potentially could have money sitting there and you lose it. It's a complete waste. Now that's the same with all of them. So actually, every time you get a payout, claim it straight away. Don't leave it sitting there. But that £10 limit is a concern for me. So that brings us really down to TopCashback and Quidco. Which one of those should you use? Which one is the best? Well, those headline figures I gave you at the start, with the higher average payout, the higher number of retailers, would suggest that TopCashback is the best one to go for, right? But actually, it's not as simple as that, because the rates change on a regular basis and they do negotiate these special offers with the brand. So you might find that on one day you've got the highest rate on TopCashback with a certain retailer, but the next day it's higher for exactly the same shop on Quidco. Really, the only way to know which one's going to give you the best payout is to have a look before you shop. And that's what I do. I use both of them on a regular basis. I used to actually use TopCashback a lot more. Now I actually tend to use Quidco more. I'm not quite sure why that is. Maybe when I have a look, the things I want to use, the things I'm going to search for, I'm getting a slightly better rate on Quidco, but I still use both of them and mix between the two. Now I had a quick look and in my article that I'll link to from this, I looked at 7 different products. And actually 4 of them, Quidco scored higher. It got a slightly higher return. So it might have been 2 quid more here. It might have been 10 quid more there when we're talking about practical things like applying for a BT broadband, where you talk about hundreds of pounds you can get in cash back, or a new American Express credit card. So for example, the Platinum Cashback credit card, which I've spoken about here on the channel before, Go via TopCashback, you'll get £10. Go via Quidco, you'll get £20. But if you went for the Nectar American Express credit card, again, which gives you Nectar points rather than cashback, well, that's not available via Quidco, but it'll give you £31.50 via TopCashback. So you see what I mean? You've got to kind of compare the two of them. Now, if you don't fancy doing that, both of them offer a price match promise. So if you find a rate higher on one than the other, you can just put that claim in, but that can take some time. Personally, I'm just happy to shop between the two. So there you go. They're the best cashback sites to use in the UK. Pretty equal place, I would say, with Quidco and TopCashback. Really, it depends what day of the week it is, which one is best, but I really would stick to those two. OhMyDosh, only really use it if there's those new trial offers that you can try and make the money up there, get a little bit of cash, but I wouldn't use it on a regular basis. Boom25, again, maybe only for those smaller transactions if you fancy giving it a go, trying to win your shopping back. But again, don't use it for anything larger. Although you could get a bigger return, there's also the greater chance you'll get nothing at all. And that final one, Kickstart, really it's only for John Lewis or Apple purchases, but there are other ways you can save with those retailers and get a bit of a discount. So again, it might not be worth it. Finally, and this is really important, if you've not used TopCashback or Quidco before, don't just sign up. You want to make sure you're getting a new member bonus. Now, there are a few ways these work. Now, if you've got a mate who's already got a membership, you can ask them, and if they refer you, they'll get some money, you'll get some money, probably around a £5, maybe a little bit more. But you can get more than that if you hunt down one of these kind of special promotions. Now, you'll see them quite frequently advertised. Other bloggers do it in the newspapers, things like that. They often spend £20 at, I don't know, Just Eat and get £10 back or whatever it might be. They're often specific to certain retailers, which is fine if you're going to shop at those brands. The best ones, though, are ones you can spend anywhere. There's no restriction. You actually go into the site, and as long as you make the minimum spend, you will get that bonus. Now, these do come and go. I've got an article which I will link to here and below, so you can find out what the latest offers are. But at the time of recording this, you can get £15 at TopCashback when you spend 15 quid. That 15 quid is one of the highest paced ones out there. That's a really, really good one to start you off. Quidco, you can get £17 back when you make a £10 purchase via Quidco. Now that is a market leader, and that is an exclusive rate which I've got for anyone who signs up to my newsletter. So again, I'll link to that. You can do that, sign up, get that link, click through, register with Quidco. Again, this is a new member the first time you use it. Make that purchase of at least £10 in a single transaction, and you'll get that £17 bonus. And if it's with TopCashback, spend at least £15 and you'll get that £15 bonus. Now again, those offers do come and go, so it depends when you're watching this. Could be higher, could be lower, but I guarantee you I'll always share the best offers over on the blog. Now, if you found this useful and you think I'm going to make you some money every single year, please do hit that like button. Please do leave me a comment, and please do hit subscribe and that little notification bell as well so you don't miss any future videos. It really would mean a huge amount to me. Until next time, cheers. And here are a couple more videos you might find interesting.